Today, we're going to talk about FIRE. And I don't mean like lighting something on fire. I mean FIRE, the acronym, which you may have heard, which is financial independence, retire early. That's FIRE. So is it really financial independence and retire early, or is it really just a fancy excuse to eat ramen alone in the dark? This is what I'm going to talk about today. Short answer is it's not for everybody. Could be for you, maybe not. Unlikely, but we're going to talk about why. So picture this. You are hanging out on the beach. You are drinking your tropical drink with the little plastic monkey hanging off and umbrellas, and your money is just going to work overtime while you're chilling like a villain, right? That's the dream, or it's somebody's dream. Let's use that for sake of illustration. So welcome to the world of FIRE, financial independence, retire early. The hustle stops. The frugality kicks in hard. Okay, so this vision of you on the beach, we'll get to that. So FIRE, what is it exactly? It's basically a financial cleanse. I don't know if any of you remember that lemon, cayenne pepper, honey thing that you would drink to cleanse yourself. That was a big thing in the 90s. I mean, maybe you're too young for this, but anyway, it's like that except with money. So instead of cutting out garbage in your diet, you're cutting out everything else and possibly all your joy. So the basics of FIRE go like this. It's about saving like you're prepping for a long winter and investing like you've got Warren Buffett or some other genius in your ear, like Bogle or whatever. Insert name of prudent investor here, okay? The key principles of FIRE, number one, is aggressive savings. And when I say aggressive, I don't mean your 401k done. I don't mean money in an IRA every year and that's it. No, I'm saying like 50% of your income, like big time, big income. So cancel the oat milk latte, cancel the visits to any restaurants, cancel going to the movies. I mean, who goes to movie theaters anyway, but whatever. Say hello to house brand peanut butter. This is what we're looking like. I know I'm really not selling it, and there's a reason why, because I don't think it's sustainable. But anyway, we'll get to that. So then the investment side about it, that's the other key, is you're investing it like you are planting a money tree and you're sort of praying it doesn't get hit by lightning or some financial drought. So the investment part smells easy. Oh, you just like peg to index. You just do index funds. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. But there's downside to that. So let me give you the pros first, right? I know I'm bagging on it, but let's talk about the pros. So here's the big selling point that you hear people talk about all the time. Freedom. I have freedom. I have financial freedom. I don't have to think about it anymore. I don't have to work anymore. I choose what I do. No more alarm clocks. Okay, sure. Unless you have a cat. If you have a cat, then there's always an alarm clock. Somebody's waking you up. That's the fact. Let's presume that that's true, though. Total freedom. Less stress. I don't have to go to the office. I don't have to commute. I don't have to make small talk. I don't want to talk to anybody. I want to just do what I want to do and walk around where I want and travel where I want. That's great. You're going to have more existential small talk really with yourself, honestly. But okay. So let's say that's great. Time for passions. That's a big one too that you hear. Oh my God, I can do whatever I want. I can take that ceramics class. I can learn how to juggle. I can travel. I can do, etc. Anything that you have in your mind that you want to do, you can now go do theoretically. Great. Now let's get real with this, okay? Is it sustainable? So this is sort of like the clean eating movement or any sort of extreme diet. You do it for a while and then you're like, dude, I can't do that. Like I cannot just eat eggs 7 days a week because I need proteins or whatever. It's just hard to do that. Living on ramen or rice and beans or whatever, it sounds all very virtuous because there's also like a weird moral aspect to this too, which I don't like, but it's great if you can do that until you start hallucinating about burrata, right? Like you start having fantasies. I don't know if anybody remembers Warner Brothers cartoons where basically these two animals would be stuck on a desert island and one would be looking at the other and that animal would turn into a hot dog. They would be having hallucination about the hot dog and the other one would look like a hamburger and then would just chase each other around. That's kind of how this goes, right? You try really hard and then after a while you're like, dude, so hard. Then the other issue, market volatility. You can feel like it's going great until it isn't. And just when you think something is going somewhere and you're getting momentum, crash and burn. Okay. And that's life in the markets. And I'm not saying you shouldn't invest. I'm not saying that investing is bad. I'm not saying even that it's too risky. What I'm saying is there's an over-reliance in the FIRE philosophy of your money just going to work and doing what you want it to do. That's great unless you're in the lost decade of 2000, 2010 when nothing was happening and then we had a crash. So it's problematic. So quality of life trade-offs, great. Maybe you're saving half your income, but you're ghosting your social life. I'm not going to go fly to see your mom. You kind of don't care to do anything anymore because you're just going to watch cable. Yeah, if you even have cable, right? Because cable's expensive. The other problem, 4% rule. I've bagged on the 4% rule before. So basically, the 4% rule is yes, I can draw 4% of my assets off of my portfolio a year and have it be sustainable over the long term. That's the theory of the 4% rule. Does that work? A lot of times it does. Sometimes it doesn't. It's more like instead of the 4% rule, it's a 96% chance of anxiety that it won't work. It's more of a guideline than a rule. Let me talk about when FIRE actually works. It really works like a charm if you earn well already. If you're raking it in and you're hitting a fat savings rate and you find that easy, then that's a good sign. If you live really small, if you enjoy minimalist living, or if you're like a monk or something, then you're halfway there. That's great. So that could really work for you. But it's not so good if you're not really earning enough, if your paycheck disappears fast, if you're like pouring money into very important things like your health. It could feel very cruel. It can feel like deep austerity mode, which look, everybody can deal with a little austerity sometimes, but again, this is about sustainability in the long term. The other time I don't find that it works is if you've got kids. Kids are awesome. I have one. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. She's expensive. Dude, she is really expensive. They don't come with a low-cost subscription plan. They don't come at discount. So that could be a big issue, especially if you care about them getting educated and want to contribute something. Some people don't. That could work for you. It could be fine, but it's harder with children. It really is, especially with like braces, going to the prom, whatever. Like these things come up and they cost money. I don't want to tell you what I paid for my daughter's prom dress. It's just stupid. It was stupid. The other thing where it doesn't work is if you have health issues and there is nothing like a surprise medical bill to take your FIRE and burn it to the ground. That's a great way to burn it. So in short, is this a genius life hack? Is FIRE some amazing lifestyle secret? Or is it really just about skipping guacamole forever? It really depends. It depends. You could strike a balance. If you could do that between saving like an animal and actually living your life, well, then it could be awesome for you. It's not necessarily a bad way to go, but if you're like most people, it's extreme. It's like extreme sports. It's like extreme dieting. It's extreme. And if you are not an extreme person about the way you live your life and you're not like super comfortable doing that, I would say it's probably not the best route for you. Are you trying to fire it up? Are you trying just to not expire from burnout? Hit like, subscribe, comment, share. Thanks. Hi, I'm Jennifer Kirby from Talisman Wealth Advisors, and I'm here with financial insight to help you do money better. And if you like what I have to say, you find it compelling, useful at all, please be sure to like, to share, to comment, and to subscribe. Thanks.